Hello guys, so in this video I will show you how to mod the 3090 FE. As you may know, the 3090, 3080 FE and other cards, not just these two, have some very high VRM temps. So you need to change actually the thermal pad, because if you try to mine with this, you will very soon, very quickly hit the throttling temperature, which is at exactly 110 degrees Celsius. So in this video, I will show you a step-by-step guide on how to do that for the 3090 FE. This guide is based on multiple articles and videos. So main in disassembly, this is from Steve from Gamers Nexus, and then exactly information where to place the thermal pad is from different people on Reddit and overclockers.co.uk, and I will quote them down below. I forgot the name, sorry. So I will show you first what I have right now before doing the mod, and you will see that it's not so great looking for 3090. And then I will do another video showing the after result after 1 day. So the video, the outro will be result after 1 day, because I don't want to just do this and then start mining, and after 30 seconds the card will still be cold and we get some good results which are not meaningful. So I will let it run for 1 day fully mining, and I will make another video and we will see how it goes. So let's get started. So as you can see, I have a 3090 and this is Founders Edition. And if we go to sensors, we can see that the GPU is at 54. But this doesn't tell the whole story. So if we check now Phoenix Miner that I have running on this card, and you can see that it's at 82. This is very low for a 3090. This should be like even 3080 is too low. Why? Because I had to go all crazy on the memory clock. I had to downclock it to the minimum limit, power limit, even with the fan at 88, because this card is reaching the maximum GDDR6X temperature. So GPU-Z will not show you this information, but you can download hardware info here, and once you launch this little application, or it's sensors only, here you go down to the GPU, and here is GPU memory junction temperature, and this is the GDDR6X temp. This only works with 3080 and 3090. It doesn't work on 3070 and 3060 Ti or not, because they are GDDR6, so they don't report this information from sensors. So as you can see, I'm at 110, and this is the maximum temperature before this is this card throttles. So now it's getting hotter. A few days ago with these settings I was at around 104, but it's not enough, and I've even tried to put a heatsink on the card. I've saw this, some people done that on Reddit. I tried to put a heatsink, one that could fit, which is very narrow space in my case, and I tried to even put a fan in front of it. So I kept the case open and I put a additional fan to help cool it down, but no go. So I actually bought this thermal pad, which I'll try to apply today, and I will show you the results. You can see here the small heatsink and the fan that I put in front of it. So here we have all that we need for our mod. Of course, we have our 3090 FE, which is a very cool card, very powerful, but we need to improve on the thermals during mining. For that, we have our toolbox, which has Torx, Phillips, priors, suction cups, all that you need to get started. I will link it down below in case you're interested. And of course, we have our thermal pad. And this is from Thermal Rights. This is the Extreme Odyssey model 1.5 millimeters. Don't use anything else. Actually, this is perfect for this card. Some people have tried with 2 millimeters, but it's just easier to go with 1.5 and stick with it. So this is pretty efficient at dissipating heat with 12.8 watts per meter Kelvin. This is not the highest you can buy, but it's amongst the most efficient. And I bought 4 of them, but you actually only need 3 of them. The 4th is just extra precaution, but you don't really need it actually. So first, what we need to do is take our prior and we're gonna use it to unhook this piece. We just stick it below it, pull slightly, and then it will pop out. And we have these 2 points that will snap into place in these holes. And we have here a small magnet that will latch onto this metallic area. So let's just keep it aside for now and move on to the next step. Then we have some very small Phillips screws, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're gonna unscrew them. All right, make sure you don't lose any of them. And then we have these 4 small covers here, and we don't have any tool to take them out because the space is very, very, very tiny, so we cannot stick priors or any tool that we have. So what is suggested is to use adhesive tape. So this is a tip from Steve, and you just put it like this and pull, and it should come out easily. So don't use cheap tape. Use something that is a bit stronger. This is not high quality adhesive tape. This is just random stuff I had, but it's working properly. Do it for the 4 of them. And as you can see, you might have to do 2 or 3 tries before some of them come out. So now we have these 4 Torx 4. So actually Torx 5. It seems to work better. With all the screws out of the way, we can finally remove the back plate. Just pull gently, don't break anything, and we can expose the memory modules on the backside and the back plate with this gummy thermal pad. So now what we have to do is unplug these teeny tiny cables. These two are pretty easy. You just pull this up and then you pull the ribbon cable very gently until it's out of this socket. There we go. The last one is much trickier. You have first to pull on the left to unlock it. And then we're going to use tweezers to pull the cable up very gently. Up, not to the right. Then we have a Torx 8 screw holding the I/O shield on this side. Now let's put it on the side and remove these 6 Torx screws. So now we need to remove these 4 Torx 5 screws, which are holding the back plate. As you can see, I'm making sure to unscrew these Torx screws evenly, so you don't want to just unscrew one and then another and then another. You want to make sure you evenly remove pressure. So take your time and slowly unscrew each one of these. So now we can finally remove the PCB without breaking it. There we go. Let's have a look. This is the GPU. And we will remove the thermal pad on this side also. So I just removed any remaining part of the thermal pad that was pre-applied, and I cleaned the memory modules with the isopropyl alcohol. And now we can finally start cutting our thermal pad into pieces that we will apply on the memory modules. So I just made some guides on the thermal pad to help me out with the cutting, and I will just go down and left to cut the first piece that we need. So let's get started. And now it's time to apply our first thermal pad, and then we will make sure it stays put. Time to put a second one. Then I've added these two pads to the memory modules. Then we continue with the small module up to the left, the three big ones to the top, and the one to the bottom. Now I've added this one. And this is the last pieces. So now we have the whole side of the back plate. Don't forget to remove the original thermal pad, which is very sticky, so you will need to use alcohol to remove it properly. So now that this side is done, we can finally switch to the GPU side, and you can either apply the thermal pad directly on the memory modules on this side, or you can do like NVIDIA did and put it here. So first you remove the original one and then put the new one. But actually I will put it straight on the PCB. And this is what the other side looks when it's completely done. Here, here, here. Don't forget this small module here. And you should have plenty enough left in case you missed one part. So really 3 is more than enough. So now that we have finished applying our thermal pad, we just have to clean this side, which I already did here, and we can finally put back the PCB. Pay attention that the cables are not trapped. So this one here, and the last one. Okay, these cables are really a pain. Okay. Now it's time to put back everything in place. Do note that this has actually a correct orientation. If you put it sideways, you're not going to be able to screw it again as it was before. So now we need to put back the LED cable. So what you need to do is push down on it and then lock it by pulling it, the metal to the right. For the two other ribbon cables, you just have to put them in and then push down on the lever. Let's put back the I/O shield. Don't forget the one on the side. Now it's time to put back the backplate. Pay attention to this rubbly stuff. They are very finicky. You barely touch them and they will fall down. You turn the backplate around, they fall down. I lost them twice, so be careful. Let's put back the 4 Torx screws. The plastic covers, you have to pay attention. There is a little marking here, and there is a corresponding hole on the card. So they don't go in all spaces. You have to be careful. And they're also pretty hard to put back, so it's gonna take a few tries before you succeed. But it's not a huge deal. Just make sure you are inserting the correct one in the correct position. Finally, we have the 4 Phillips screws. And it remains only this part, and this is over. So let's check the results. And this is quite crazy. Look at this memory junction temperature. 84 degrees. 84. And look at that. I increased the power limit. I went from minus 500 up to plus 1050. And I pulled down the fan speed to 70 from 88. And we are getting around 84, 86 degrees at 100, actually a bit more, it was 106, 110 megahash per second, but this is my screen recording software, which is causing a little drop in hash rate. But look at that. Incredible. So all in all, I definitely don't regret doing that. As you can see, the temps are much improved. The hash rate and the longevity of the card will probably better. This is my main card. I will be using this for several years, not just mining. This is also for gaming and of course now doing the video edits. So I'm trying to minimize the damage that could be done by mining, which is probably not too much, but still it's gonna use and tear the card more than just regular use. So I'm actually thinking about buying Fuji Poly thermal pads because they're rated for even more heat dissipation. So they are more expensive, but since I'm pretty satisfied right now with this, I will just wait a little bit, see how it goes, and maybe order these and do another mod with these pads. Hopefully it will bring down the temps lower even more because, like I said, I'm trying to maximize the longevity of this card. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you liked it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.